So I'm going to keep this video as brief as possible because while I have so much respect for anyone who puts effort into long-form content that dives deep into any given topic, I don't think there are many people out there pining for another white guy in their early to mid-20s to share their opinion on video games with them. With that out of the way though, I've been playing a lot of Peglin lately and wanted to find a way to share some thoughts on the game itself. All footage that's shown also is my own gameplay, and I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, so don't take this as the de facto presentation of how the game plays. I got to attack twice, that makes me sad. Yeah. I seriously implore you to pick up Peglin yourself and form your own opinions on the game and not let my own thoughts influence your enjoyment. A link to the Steam page will be in the description. But with all that out of the way, I can say quite happily that I enjoy Peglin. The game itself is described as being a mix between Peggle and Slay the Spire, and from what I've experienced from both games, that's a pretty accurate descriptor. The whole game centers around the player dropping orbs onto the pegboard in order to build up damage to attack enemies at the top of the screen. Different orbs have different abilities and interact with the pegboard differently. There are also points on the board where you're able to reset the pegs that you have already struck, as well as critical pegs that will allow you to deal bonus damage with your attacks. Some orbs heavily rely on the critical pegs buff in order to be able to do damage, such as the Dag orb that gains the ability to deal 7 points of damage per each peg struck rather than only 1. Others, such as the Extraordinary, which is a name that I absolutely adore, will actually be debuffed when they hit a critical peg and suffer a drop in damage. After a fight, you're given the option to upgrade one of your orbs or heal for a small percentage of your health. These upgrades not only alter the damage that an orb can do, but also help to increase their abilities. For example, with the Screw it, okay. Google how do you say it?
Matryoshka.
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 Screw it, okay? So, for example, with the
Matryoshka,
you can increase the amount of orbs that spawn with its multi-ball ability. Look, I don't know why they just don't call it a multi-ball. I know it's supposed to be in reference to Russian dolls, but I'm not smart. Anyways, there are also items that you can earn through chests, random events, and after certain fights. These can range from heal-in items that after a fight, when you're trying to pick which path you go, if you hit pegs, you can heal for that. Or it could give all of your orbs magnetic properties so that they will hone in on pegs and do a stupid amount of damage. This opens up a plethora of different ways to approach Peglin and encourages the player to experiment a bit. No two runs are going to be alike, and I've seen a lot of people complain about kind of the randomness of this game, and to that I say it's a roguelike. What do you expect? It's a roguelike that's built on Peggle. Do you think Peggle was not random? You're literally throwing little marbles at pegs and then praying that it bounces the way that you want it to. But since we're on to gripes with the game, there's only one that I have, and it's the fact that runs can go super quickly once you have a really good understanding of what you're doing. Obviously, the game is still in early access, so the developer is hard at work on updates that include new areas, enemies, bosses, items, orbs, that whole lot. And so I'm not too perturbed at the current length of the game, especially because there's a Crucible mode that adds different stipulations to the game itself, which adds to the replay value. Overall though, if you're a fan of roguelikes and have a Peggle itch that has been scratched in a long time, I can definitely recommend Peglin. And honestly, that's all I have to say, so bye.